Okay, here we are. We have hello, Flufu. Good to see you. Welcome to today's stream. We're stepping outside of War of the Spark. Teysa Karlov is very nice. I'm not sure if, I mean, it's certainly a great card in an Afterlife deck. If we don't get there though, then it's basically a 2/4 for 4, which is not very impressive. So let's see what else we have here. We have some Ifri removal. We have this. We have the Lizrog, which I'm not too keen on. Savage Smash is a good removal spell. Oligarch is fine. Knight of Sorrows, I'm not real keen on. So everything else being equal, I'm not seeing anything that I like a whole lot better than the Karlov, to be honest. I do like the Savage Smash, but of course it's a reasonably heavy color commitment. Yeah, I'm not too keen on the Knight of Sorrows either. It's not terrible, but I haven't seen it really live up to what I thought its potential was. Yeah, the Karlov is a high upside. All right. Cracked, if you have an opinion, I'd love to hear it. In the absence of that, I think Karlov is going to be our pick. Okay, let's give it a try, and we will try to, and we'll continue to analyze things as we go. Okay, Grasping Throw is excellent in the black-white color pair, so that's nice. This is an okay Gates payoff. Junk Troller is not of interest to us, nor is this. Tome is a little too iffy, I think, in draft. I'm liking the Thrall. Am I missing anything? There are a number of cards here that are fine, but I think the Thrall is a really good follow-up to the Karlov. Yeah, I'm agreeing with that, Noah. Is that true, what you're saying? It does trigger an instant... Oh, you know what? I didn't even think of that. Alright, so basically the bonus for the Footlight would be 1 extra power of dinging. Yeah, I think the upside of the throw is much higher than the Fiend. I'm going to continue with the throw. I think that's a very solid pick. Alright, so what have we got here? Bladebrand, Dead Rebels. Neither one is terribly exciting. Acuity it's a good deck. I've never been able to really pull together, so I'm not looking at it too strongly right now. The Locket, unexciting. Chillbringer is fine if we want to consider blue. I feel like our best choices right now are either the Griffin, the Locket, or the Pegasus. Absorb. Interesting. That's you guys are willing to go so readily into blue. If I were to go into blue, I think I would go either with the High Alert or the Chillbringer. Interesting choices here. Yeah, that is of course true, Noah. That is always an excellent point, reminiscent of the Ben Stark article, "Drafting the Hard Way." Um, hmm. Both black cards are good. I like the Blade Brand better than the Revels. Shardy, good to see you. All right, so you know what? Let me see. Ah, there we are. So we have. I'm finally seeing some votes. We have votes for High Alert and Chillbringer. Um, okay, so we're equal now on Griffin, Chillbringer, and the and Dovin's Acuity. I'm guessing that's cracked votes for the Dead Revels. Okay, of all of these, I think I like the Chillbringer the best, actually. The Chillbringer is less dependent on other things. Okay. Chillbringer it is. Uh, have you ever guys heard the joke? Uh, what is the definition of a camel? Hey, Toran, we're having an interesting experience here. Um, so the definition of a camel is a horse that was designed by a committee. So we'll see what kind of a horse or a camel we end up with here. Okay, so we're looking at black, white, and blue sort of maybe so far. So far we have a vote for the Code of Constraint, which is a perfectly fine card. I'm not too keen on the wall. If we knew we were headed towards a slow control-y deck, then I'd say maybe. But I feel like there are better choices here. I feel like the Pegasus is fine. I feel like the Grudion is fine. We could even start considering a Simic approach. Code. The Pegasus. I'm fine with the Code of Constraint, I think. Aeromonculus is very solid. You know what? I'm going to take the Aeromonculus because it is very solid, and if we end up shifting over to Simic, then we'll have a foot in that door. Hello, Stormseeker. It's a pleasure to see you. And based on all this mumbling and rambling here, I am going to proceed with the Aeromonculus, although we have 2 votes for the code. I like the Aeromonculus because if we end up going into those colors, then it'll be more possible to do so, easier to do so. Yeah. So welcome, Stormseeker. All right. Yeah, the Messenger and the Chillbringer are both fine. The Messenger would help us with our original possibility of an afterlife payoff. Chillbringer, the Duelist is nice. The Messenger, I do like the Messenger. Prying Eyes, no thank you, not right now. Okay, so Noah has voted for the Messenger so far. It is a decent flyer. I'm looking at the votes here. So far we're equal between the Messenger and the Chillbringer. I'm gonna go with the Messenger, I think, because thanks for that, Stormseeker. Yeah, listen, when I go to my typical local event at our local game store, I am 99% of the time I am by far the oldest one in the room, but that's fine. because I do love this game quite a lot. Yeah, I think the Messenger is fine. It's a little bit less expensive than the Chillbringer, which does appeal to me. Duelist is fine. I feel like there's a good chance we'll be seeing more Duelists as we go along. Okay, a celebration of old age. I love it. All right, so we're maybe circling around Esper-ish kind of build. Insight. Sphinx's Insight. Sure, card draw is rarely a bad thing. One possibility is the Guild Gig, actually, if we want to optimize a possible green splash. I do like the Insight better than these others. Still don't like the Knight so much. Dead Revels. I'm thinking I'm gonna go along with the Insight. Anybody have any? We have other votes for the Dead Revels. That's true. We have 5 out of 5 creatures. Very good, Cracked. I don't know that I would have noticed that right away. Okay, that makes sense to me. Exposed to Daylight is meaningless in a best of 1. Slimebind is fine. Dropping blue, we could. We only have the Chillbringer so far. An okay green card still coming around. The Blade Brand is not a bad trick. Slimebind also. Okay, well, if you're so Stormseeker, if you're looking for Wisdom Wells, I'm not sure you've come to the right place. Most of the wisdom that we get going here is from the team that gathers to help me out. Okay, so if we're headed more likely towards a black and white kind of thing, Blade Brand might be a way to go. That would really be it. Thirsting Shade is just not a good card. Three colors in Allegiance, I agree with that, and the 3 colors that we're considering are Esper, which tend to be strong. Yes, I don't know who's voting for which. I cannot tell you that. Okay. I'm not crazy about the Shade. I really feel like it has not nearly enough of a board presence, and it's very expensive to get its ability. I'm going to proceed with the Blade Brand. Okay, so on color we have the Imp, which is a perfectly fine card. The Orzhov Locket could be interesting. I am liking the Imp. Okay, yeah, so my vote would have been for the Imp as well. Yeah, okay, I think that one's pretty straightforward. Plague White rather. If you can get it early, it's a very nice aggro card. It's obviously it shines in a Rakdos build, but I think it can be fine here. Having said that, there's nothing else really here that should be vying for our attention. Unless somebody can give me a compelling argument, the white is going to be our pick. There it is. Okay, there's really nothing here. We could consider one of these if we want to splash that 3rd color. I'll tell you, actually, if I were to splash another color, I'm kind of... Oh, never mind. I was thinking we're still in blue. So the blue splash would bring us to either one of these guys. I like the Humongous. Quench. I have not seen a lot of good work out of Quench. But again, I am willing to. The Humongous is weak, but I really don't like the Quench. So Cracked, yes, I would take another black and white card. If there was one, the alternative is to take Junk Troller. Is that something that we can even consider? Yeah, I agree with that. All right, so let's continue with Humongous. I'll leave it in the main deck for now, but I think there's a good chance it's just not going to make it. Yeah, agreed. So Noah and Cracked, I think you're on target here. High Alert, interesting. So we have the Messenger. It'll hurt to the Plague White. It would be good for the Humongous. So Cracked, I was considering Orzhov Lock. Any thoughts on that? So Stormseeker, Noah, and Fufu. I think all of you are making a lot of sense. Okay. The Petitioner is not interesting. Wall, not interesting. I think in this case the Locket. If we go blue. Yeah, I think the Azorius Locket is yeah. Makes sense to me, guys. Crocodile. Yeah. Crocodile. The Knight. And Expose. Okay. Too bad we're not in red. This is a strong card. Priest of Forgotten Gods. That would have been great in an Afterlife deck. Final Payment looks pretty attractive here. Drill Bit. I feel like Drill Bit, it doesn't have quite the same panache or cachet as Toll of the Invasion does in War, because this format isn't nearly as swingy. Yeah, I like the Final Payment also. Just doing a quick survey to make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think so. Final Payment it is. This is a great commander card maybe, but not for us. The Enforcer is fine. The Summary Judgment is some straight up removal. I'm kind of liking the Summary Judgment. The Enforcer is very strong, but I always hate to pass up. This is pretty much straight removal. At the very least, it can deal 2 mana gives. Yeah. Oh, so Stormseeker, I assume you're talking about the Judgment. Yeah, the Death Touches. I agree. Again, I agree. The Enforcer is very good. It'll only kill creatures if they choose to attack into it or block, or to block it. Okay, so my team is telling me to go for the Enforcer. I have no problems playing an Enforcer. It is a very good card. Okay. This is why we do this, in order to get help from the team. It is 2 creatures. Good point, Shardy. Excellent point, in fact. We could go for another messenger. Another Blade Brand. What do you guys think of Knight of the Last Breath? It's a strange card. Yeah, the messenger is the one that looks the strongest so far. Yeah. I think I played with Knight of the Last Breath this set's pre-release, and it was underwhelming. Let's put it that way. Yeah, let's go for another messenger. It would be awesome if we opened an Ethereal Absolution in Pack 3, wouldn't it? Trumpeter would be great with a red splash, but I'm not looking to do that. Twilight Panther. Either Twilight Panther or the Rakdos Guildgate, in case a sick red card comes along. It looks like somebody was considering the Gyre Engineer as a vote, but okay, there's our summary judgment. But let's see what else we have. Scrabbling Claws, not for this format. No thanks. Crocodile, we already have one. If we have too many crocodiles, it would just be embarrassing. Oh, really cracked. I have to tell you, as a Twitch viewer, I have never tried voting on anything, so I have no experience with that. I feel like Summary Judgment is our clear pick here, unless people like the Vizkopa Vampire. The Vampire is pretty fragile. Yeah, I think so. Locket is not bad, but again, straight removal is very very attractive. I'm going to proceed with that. Forwarding Spirit is not bad. Another Judgment. I'm fine taking another Judgment. Can anybody give me an argument for the Forbidding Spirit? It's ultimately basically just a 3/3 for 3, so, you know, that's not bad, but eh. Yep. We're proceeding with another Judgment. That's fine. Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I would love to hear Cracked opinion on Iggy here, as well as everybody else. All the pundits have been saying that this is great in an aggressive deck, and not good in a more controlling kind of deck. We're shaping up to be something in between. So was his rant pro or con of the card, Stormseeker? Give us a 25 character summary of what Ben Stark said. I do like the Inheritance here, and that would be between Bring to Trial and the Inheritance. I feel like Inheritance will always be relevant, and Bring to Trial can often be a dead card. Okay, Stormseeker, I am following your directive. Another Crocodile, the Infiltrator. What a strange card. Gruel Rocket. Gruel Locket. Not a rocket, a locket. Trumpeter, it's a 1-3. Nothing in this deck. Infiltrator. I don't know if I'd want to run it or not. Yeah. And we're kind of... I'll go for the Infiltrator. It's an uncommon. It might have a place. The Orator is fine. The Imp is, I think, a little bit better. The Orator is an earlier pick. What's our curve looking like so far? Ah. Drill bit. Interesting. I'm going to go to the other view. The other layout, because the vote indicators are not so clear here. Interesting, because I like the Imp and the Order better. I feel like we're headed towards white-black. If our creature stats are appropriate, then I would be fine splashing blue for the high alert. I'm not too keen on the Humongulous, and we already have one. Yeah, the Imp makes more sense to me. I'm going to go with that. Another Judgment or Consign. Consign will kill anything. Judgment is a lot more castable. We already have 2 Judgments. Actually, the Grudian. I think Death Touch is fine. I don't mind running like 1 Consign to the Pit in a deck, but it is very expensive. There's no getting around that. I'm actually kind of liking the Grudian, yeah. I think the Orzhov Locket is our pick here. At least one person has weighed in on the Night of the Last Breath. Let me look at our curve again. So far we've topped out at 5. And this is at 7. If we include a locket, that'll help us to get it out a little bit quicker. I am fine with that. These are all meaningless for us. Which one do I want in my collection? Couldn't care less. I have plenty of those. Doesn't matter. Another Azorius Locket. Sure. And here's our Forbidding Spirit. And another Crocodile. Cool. Tithe Taker. That looks promising. I'm going to change the layout again, guys. Sorry. My eyes ain't what they used to be. Demise is very good. Tithe Taker is fine. Supports our black-white theme pretty well. I think it's either the Tithe Taker or the Demise. Yeah, and votes so far are clearly in favor of the Tithe Taker. think the Tithe would be my pick here. We may or may not see another demise in this pack. Another Blade brand. Another Summary Judgment. How about that? Gateway Plaza, if we want to squeeze the high alert in. I kind of like the Judgment better because we're not guaranteed to play blue. We're 99% to play white, and Judgment is fine. It's not great removal, but it's absolutely fine. Nobody else likes it. I see votes for... Oh, the Binding. Yeah. Again, that would require the blue splash. The Griffin is fine. So we have 1, 2, 3 pieces of removal. If we include the Grudion, maybe another. I say I have 0 good blue cards. Cracked does not think much of the high alert. And again, we're not guaranteed to play this at all. Yeah, that much I absolutely agree with. Chillbringer is solid. I would not argue with that. Is it worth messing with our mana base for that one card? So Cracked, you might want to give a very quick rundown of what you mean by the B rating. You explained it to me on your stream. You might want to fill in some of the other people here. Just out of curiosity, how does that person whose name I forgot, do you know how he rates the Griffin and the Judgment? It's worth a Binding and Ringer. So Falufu, you've been good to me so far. I will tell you we've ended up a number of times with a 2-color deck splashing a 3rd color, and when we took a good hard look at the deck during the deck building, we invariably found that eliminating the 3rd color made the deck much more playable, much more reliable. Okay, good, Cracked. Thanks for including that link. I'm going to proceed with the Judgment. I feel like turning down removal is problematic. Okay, with the possible exception of Consigned to the Pit, especially since we have other removal going for us. So we have the Stalwart. Okay, Cracked, you got me here. I don't know why you're saying high alert. Ah, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. My stream is not wrapping text. I mean, my restream is not wrapping text. That's so strange. Let's see. Chillbringer is A though. Here, I'll show you what I mean. I'm going into my streaming software, and okay, hang on. Restream. No, that's not helping. Okay, never mind that. Okay, back to our draft. We need to... the restream, they just sent me an update on it, and I feel like their update's not working so well. You know what? Bear with me, guys. I'm very sorry, but I want to see if I can make sure that this is wrapping text properly. Appearance. Always on top. Yeah, it's not helping me. I'm going to scale it back a little bit. Sorry for the delay. Please bear with me. Bot's not going to help. Embed notifications. All right, that'll have to do. Okay. Good heavens. There we go. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. All right. I am finished playing with my software, and I would very much like to get back to this draft. Let's see where we're at. Cry of the Carnarium. I really dislike main decking Cry of the Carnarium. You know what? Can we see some more votes, guys? In the absence of anything else, I would probably just take the Civic Stalwart and or the Consigned to the Pit, but I don't know that either one would actually make the deck. No, I'm going to go with Consigned to the Pit. Another Grasping Thrall seems very strong here. Resolute Watchdog is fine. I'm going to go with the Grasping Thrall. Definitely. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe, as well as Noah. Thrall is definitely solid. Absolutely. I am still willing to consider the High Alert, which means we need to keep our eye open for any appropriate guild gates that may show up in this deck, in this pack rather. We already have one Consigned to the Pit. I think that's plenty. Justiciar's Portal, but I really don't see playing it. Yeah, and I see at least one vote for the Portal. Any other thoughts? You know what? If we splash blue, Duelist has a better chance of making the deck than the Portal does. Yeah, exactly as you said, Flufu. A lot of blue cards here. This is an okay blue card, as is this. We could take another Messenger. What's our 4 slot looking like so far? Kinda heavy. But I'm not liking anything a lot better. Again, if blue is just a splash, I'm not crazy about splashing for any of these others. As Cracked points out, if you're going to splash, that third color should be for cards that are very strong, not just fine. So for another 4-drop, or I could take Arrestor's Zeal as a trick. I see no votes for Arrestor's Zeal. Any thoughts on that? We already have the 2. Where is that? We already have the 2 messengers, and we have a bunch of others in. I feel like the Zeal, we have no battle tricks at all, I don't think. There is another Grudian. Another Judgment, really? 4 summary judgments? I'm actually fine with that. How many creatures have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're okay on creatures so far. Yeah, we took the Grudian. The Portal, no. I really feel like another Judgment is fine. Build the deck now. Joe, you're so smart. Let's do that. Okay, so yeah, Joe, that's a very on-target suggestion. All right, so Exposed to Daylight is not going to make it. Aeromunculus is not going to make it. Dead Revels, maybe. Let's side it for the moment. These blue cards seem unlikely to make it. Why is Aeromunculus not? There we go. Dead Rebels, one of the reasons to play. Okay, let's put it back in. Arrestor's Zeal, I'm gonna side it for now. What do we think of Bladebrand? Let me side it for the moment. Spirit. The Locket. Alright, I'm taking all blue cards out for the moment. Two crocodiles is too many. Okay, so that's another vote for no blue splash. Okay, we have a lot of dissenting opinions here. Okay, that's fine. I did originally feel like the knight could be too slow. Alright, so this is kind of Knight of Sorrows. True. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 judgments. We have the final payment. We have 1 consigned to the pit, so that's 5. So that's not terrible. Okay, I hear that. A lot of stuff going on here. Alright, so at this stage, would we prefer to have more removal? Another so-so creature. I'm liking, I guess, the imp. The blade brand. We already have. Let me look at Cracked comment here. Don't need consigned, rather play blade brand. Alright, let's put that aside. Let's put in the blade brand. Okay. And our pick right now. You're right, we do have a good amount of removal. So imp. I would love some blade jugglers. I don't think we've seen any at all. I don't think we... if I'm mistaken, somebody let me know, but I'm pretty sure that we didn't see any, period. Did I? Did I do that? Oh, I thought it would automatically go to the 2 slot. Thank you, Cracked. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And maybe that the bots are valuing them very highly, which I wouldn't be surprised at. Dead Rebels in the 2 slot. Okay, I'll go along with that. I was thinking of putting it in the 3 slot as a compromise, but yeah, what you say makes sense. All right, so are we solid on what we have so far before we proceed with our final picks? All right, so back to our picks. The 100, the vote so far is for, drum roll please, Justiciar. I'm not liking it. We already don't we already have one anyway? No, I thought we had one. Take the uncommon for the vault. That's not a bad idea. I hear that, but it's not the sort of card that I can see putting into a deck really ever. I'm gonna go for the imp. We may end up really wanting it. Good lord, another messenger. Transport for our 6 slot. We have nothing in the 6 slot. Yeah, that is true. Transport as a conceivable finisher. Bankrupt in blood? I really don't like it. You know what? I'll take Bankrupt in Blood. I'm not convinced it'll make the deck, but I had considered those aspects. Noah Gamester, and as you saw, I did take it. Another Griffin, another Blade Brand. How many Blade Brands do we have? We have one. I don't know that we want more than that. I think Griffin. And my stream is low latency. Okay. I think the Griffin is the way to go here. The rest of these are mostly meaningless. I'm going to reboot or refresh my monitor because it had some buffering issues and I feel like it's lagging a lot further behind than it needs to. All right, so we did that. For the vault, that makes total sense to me. I could either go for a guild gate or a watchdog. Actually, kind of like the guild gate a little bit better. For 2 colors, nah, let's go for the watchdog. For 2 colors, I don't think we, yeah. I was considering it Toran, but I feel like if we're going to be, I feel like we're going to really be ending up just in these 2 colors. I'll take the reclamation for the sideboard. Another messenger. And sideboard. Okay. Let's finish this up. We need to take some cards out. Okay, so I don't know how to set up polls. So if there are other takers for a high alert, then let me know. Let me see. The high alert. Okay, so that's 1, 2. I'm looking for creatures that will be negatively affected by the high alert. That's 3. I'm taking out the infiltrator for now. Griffin over the imp. How many? We have the 1 Griffin. How many imps do we have? We have 3 of them. Now there are 2. Our creature count at this moment is 17. I think that's fine. We could even get rid of another one. Alright, we need to cut 1 card. Maybe the Forbidding Spirit. It's ultimately just a 3/3 for 3, and it's a little bit hard to cast. So Torian doesn't like the Watchdog. Okay, other guys. I totally understand Torian's suggestion. Any others? All right, so that's sort of one vote to keep the spirit. I agree. In that the forbidding spirit has a much more impactful board presence. All right, so let's cut the watchdog for the time being. We have our 40 card deck with including 16 creatures. Okay. Stormseeker has abandoned us. I felt like he was giving us some good advice, but that's okay. Because I still have some very high quality members here on our team. Okay. Any additional changes before we try it out? Let's give it a try. Oh, okay. Let me show cracked the top left cards. Tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just moving my picture away so you can see the other sideboard cards. Let me let the stream catch up. Okay. So they are the Arrester's Zeal and Resolute Watchdog. Okay. Let me replay that. Okay. Back to... And... let's give it a try. And as always, if things go south, we can re-examine the build and make changes. By the way, I see that the Nightbot message has popped up. Anybody who hasn't joined that Discord channel or that Discord server, I encourage you to do so, so we can have some interesting conversations and interchanges offline. This is a keep. I need one land to get to my 3-drop and one more. I feel like this is a keep. Yeah. Thank you, Cracked. Quite so. I feel like this is a keep. Another land, that's excellent. Blade Brand will come later. First Blood, and we are done with our turn. Nice. We might not get the benefit from this, but that's okay. So we attack. Raise the chat window half an inch. I will. Whoops. Yeah, you want to see the stops, I think. Okay, I have done so. I think it's Grudian. Not a lot of thinking involved here. Yeah, I am planning on playing the Messenger first before the Imp, but at this rate, there's unlikely to be a creature card in a graveyard. But, you know, let's see what happens. Grudian for Grudian. I am willing to trade Grudians, I think. Yeah, we have a lot of solid follow-ups. I'll trade either one of these for his Grudian. And let's play our Messenger. I do indeed. Excellent observation, Noah. Ah, ill-gotten inheritance. Will we have dueling inheritances? Who knows? Okay, and there's our Carrion Imp payoff. That is the opponent's graveyard. We'll take action. We'll gain some of our life back. I'm gonna have to look into this restream. I don't understand why the text is not wrapping. That is really bugging me. To click the button on the bottom right. Vindictive Vampire. Okay, so far we're looking pretty good here. Definitely. Yeah, we're attacking with everybody. Okay, and let's bring out another messenger. Orzhov Aristocrats? Could be. We'll see what else he follows up with. Okay, so Cracked, I will try my hardest to do as you're suggesting the next time. The next time I will play a spell. Are there any board sweepers that he can bring into play? I can't remember. Kaya's Wrath? Clear the stage. Okay. Kaya's Wrath. Indeed. Wonder what he's deliberating on. Yes, this has not escaped my notice, but your observation is of course on point. We are done. But maybe this is what the pundits are talking about, because when you're behind, this is just slowing the bleeding a little bit. Karlov. Okay. We may... yeah. Well, we still have good attacks. I hear that, Noah. I do not feel like we are desperate for more resources at this point. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's attack first, and then seal the deal. Yeah. Unless he has his own summary judgment, but let's see what happens. I will play the thrall after I have done combat. And I will check. Okay, so here we go. So, thrall. So, okay. Oh, I see. So it automatically selects. And that's that. Okay, so I can do that when sequencing is unimportant. Thank you, Cracked. That should streamline the play significantly. Okay, so that seemed fine. It was an unexciting game. Not a lot really happening. Anybody want to look at our deck before we proceed? Right. Okay, Noah. I'm going to ask you that you not push for a high word inclusion. Other than that, I suspect we're fine. Also, Noah has made this request. Did you have something specifically in mind, Noah? The text. Okay, so you see the blue chat box that I have on the canvas here. There are more words and such that are not wrapping, and you simply can't say them. Okay, so we're waiting for Noah to type in his remark. That's exactly right, correct. And in fact, I'm having to rely on my monitor to really monitor your the chat more effectively. Usually, it's easier for me to do it on my main computer. So I'm gonna have to contact Restream and find out what's going on with that. Okay, so we have a vote to take out the ill-gotten. Click the little down arrow. The next. Yeah, I kind of like the I kind of like the Iggy also. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to our next. Let's move on to our next game. And again, deck reevaluation can happen after every single game, if we think we really need to. I'm trying to find the right balance between letting people have their say and and keeping it moving. Opponent goes first. I have 2-drop. I have 2 lands. I think this is a keep. A bad creature for a Zeal. Interesting call. So what would you consider to be what would you consider to be one of our bad creatures? Everybody's playing black and white. This is insane. Plague white. Alright. I was tempted to hold up the Summary Judgment to get rid of the Plague White, but I think I'd rather establish a board presence first. The 3/3 Spirit. Toran, you got me. I don't know what you mean with that. If that's true, then it's not much help. We're not going to attack. We are going to play our Grudian. Oh, and I'm doing this stuff out of habit. I'm gonna have to try to remember the streamlined tapping mechanism. now, boys. So let's not bicker. Interesting. Ministrant, Afterlife. I'm fine trading the Grudian for the white. Final payment, interesting. If he sacks, I can do the judgment at that point. So let's go ahead and play our imp. Absolutely. We're not going to attack. I would, well, I guess I could. Do I want? What do you think, guys? Offer to trade my Tithe Taker for his thing? I like the Tithe Taker because it slows down any combat tricks and such that he's got. Yeah, thank you. I keep forgetting. You've heard the expression, you can't teach old dogs new tricks, right? I hope that's not quite true. Okay. Another judgment. I'm going to hold up the judgment. And I can also use the Blade Brand if need be. So Cracked, are you yeah, I can't, so my rope has started. Are you suggesting that I attack with the hold up the removal? Yeah, sorry guys, I don't have the time to deliberate too much because of rope, and as Cracked has already pointed out, I did lose basically 2 turns in a previous series. Oh, that's annoying. Death Touch. Okay. Okay, we'll resolve. Is he going to sack a creature? Probably not. Oh, why did he do that? Yeah, absolutely. And I'll take 2. And now it's my turn. Let's attack. Carrion or Messenger. I think they're both 2/3. They both cost the same. I like the Messenger better. Yeah, I like the Messenger better. Alright. Oh, Joe. I love having you on our streams. I really do. Okay, so my opponent's name is Vioxx, Viox. I say that because I know you cannot see it. What is he going to do? The life gain is better, but it's still on the table. So sure, we'll block the big one. Bladebrand. Why didn't he give me a chance to respond to that? Something is wrong here. Okay, yeah, good observations, guys. I could kill 2 creatures. Why not kill the 1/1? No good reason. It was just an error. I'm gonna go with the imp. Yeah. Attack with the flyer. Interesting. Why the ministrant? Oh, in case he brings it back for the afterlife? Nah, we're gonna let it Okay, I hear you, Toran. I kind of liked getting rid of the other one because of the sack shenanigans. You know, the threat of activation is something that often takes me by surprise, but I think your line makes a lot more sense. Thirsting Shade. Interesting. Okay. We are going to... We're going to block like this. We're going to block like this. I am watching out for removal. Let's see what happens. Okay. I don't know why, but I thought I had enough mana for my Blade Brand. I don't know why I thought that. Alright, no problem. We still have things that we can do. Okay, Joe. I'll see you another time. Doesn't much matter. And I can play Blade Brand or Summary Judgment. Or the Final Payment. Oh, you're studying for judging. Good for you. Okay, take care, Cracked. Thanks again for all your help and your excellent advice. Is it worth killing one of his creatures? If so, which one? I'm kind of okay getting rid of his Pegasus. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, he's got his tithe. He's got his own tithe taker, so it costs more. He can sack. I would like one more land so I could play the messenger and have enough of this. The messenger, yeah, the messenger. Well, again, he can sack other creatures to make this unblockable, and if he sacks any of those, messenger it is. He still has to sack a creature, absolutely. All right, let's hold tight, see what happens. Actually, I should have sent in the Plague White, I think. Perhaps next turn. Because all of his creatures have 1 toughness. Now that's interesting. Interesting. So he can make it a 3. And simply trade? Yeah, so be it. Well, he can pump it a couple of times, though. Okay, and if he does it, then he's lost his options to play a second spell. And that's not terrible. Okay. This time I'm going to hold up so that I can final payment. Yeah, I'm going to hold up. He's at 21. The most I can deal him is 4, which I don't consider to be sufficient to lower my shields at this point. Okay. I am not finished. Okay, we are going to... right. I am going to... Here's what I'm going to do. Oh, he still has the final payment. So I'm going to pay 5 life to kill this. And I am going to now block. Oh, he's unblockable. Hey, Wild J-Ben. How you doing? This game is in the bag from him. Right, I couldn't block that. That was another error on my part. I needed to kill the infiltrator. That was just... Alright. Well, there were distractions in the form of my wife asking me questions, so that's okay. It's still totally my bad. All he has to do is sack this. I think that's game. Not necessarily. If he sacks this, I can still draw a card and hope that this is a summary judgment or something like it. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, no help there. Okay. It's up to you. If you do, you have to leave it. Alright, so I need somebody to type in the punt command. So, Wild J-Ben, are you still with us? Good to see you. Okay, this is a clear keep. Play the planes. See if we can't reduce the number of punts. Nobody typed in punt. I'm counting on you guys to do that. Let's see. That has haste. Hold up mana. I feel like holding up mana for the summary judgment and follow it up with a Grudian. That is what I'm going to do. So he's got 3 colors. I have to get rid of that. I have to get out of that old habit of manually tapping each land. Trumpeter, Menace. Let's go for the Grudian. A little bit more aggro. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, pulled it out of his hand. Enforcer. We could play both of them. That's very nice. That's exactly what we're going to do. We'll play both. So if he attacks, do I block with both? Because then I will lose my Tithe Taker. What is your counsel? Double block or just take the one? I think taking the one is fine. Although he may have a spectacle thing going on. If I block, I lose my Tithe Taker. Alright, let's see if he does spectacle out anything. Indeed he does. I don't have any creatures, so that's pointless. I'm not getting what I'm needing. Interesting. He could pump it to take 3. If he does pump, no, he's going to play something else. A 5/2. Okay, lands are not what we're needing right now. I feel like doing the Dead Rebels, or rather the Blade Brands, just for the card draw. Yeah, I mean, I'm really getting outclassed here. Alright, what? Ah, he's not attacking. Isn't that interesting? Wow. Alright, I feel like I'm gonna have to start blocking. Flood Israel. Alright, so let's block him. And let's block the Death Touch guy, the Juggler. The Death Touch guy. If he recurs the Juggler, he'll get the extra card draw. Do I need to give anybody... Oh, he already has Death Touch. He's gonna pump one of these, maybe? And I can give one, excuse me, I can give one of the tokens Death Touch if need be. That's a little bit better. I'm gonna do this manually because I want to make sure to keep enough black open. Messenger is fine, I think. Definitely. And now I need blockers. So, haste or counter? Boy, all these creatures coming out. What creatures do I have? I have Enforcer and the Taker. Sure, let's block. And we'll Blade Brand him, because why not? So block, and nice. Okay, so 5, 6, 7. So let's attack for 1, do this, recruit. Yeah. So let's ding him for 1. Let's play the Dead Rebels. These two guys are fine. Let's play the Thrall, or the Thrall and the Enforcer. No, the Messenger and the Enforcer. I hear that, Torrent, but I wanted to be able to play the Dead Rebels for its spectacle cost. Interesting. So, if he attacks with everybody, these two will get through. So we had a bunch of removal. Where are all of our other pieces of removal? Interesting. Creating Spirit is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. We can play the Thrall and the Spirit. I think that's what we want to do. So what do you think, guys? Attack or not? With our Griffin, our 2 flyers, Griffin. Yeah, that is what I was thinking. Flyer versus flyer. Okay, he goes back to 16. 15, right, it's 2 life. I'm not wanting to trade at this point. I don't think I have any good attacks here. Anybody see any good attacks here? What am I saying? The Thrall. A Locket. He's going to get some card draw. Sure, I will trade my spirit for his roustabout. I hear that cracked, but I'm feeling like the cracked the Orzhov Enforcer might be better off blocking something else. Ugh. Okay, so he has and he can rummage with this thing. He can ding me for those. I'm sending the Thrall in again. Holy moly. Alright, I would very much like to draw some removal now. He's got some good cards there. Was it Falufu who was saying that I really could go? Oh, I killed it with the one with the blade brand. Oh gosh, and this is going to start whacking my creatures. I have no good attacks. I have nothing. Yeah, the Hellkite probably will, and I really need to get rid of it. Toot sweet. Getting rid of the Death Touch is probably smart. Can he do it again? He can. Yeah, this is not going well. And this Pontiff is, oh, really? Come on, game. So let's see, he needs how much mana for each activation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so he can still do it twice. So he can get rid of the Griffin. He can get, yeah, this game is over. He's getting way too much really super work out of his Hellkite here. Yeah, just swing with everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16. Even if I block this, I'm still going to take 11. Yeah, I was just completely outvalued there. I made a couple of mistakes. I do not believe those mistakes really cost me the game. Okay, that was kind of ugly. All right, because of timing, fellows, I have to wrap this up. I'm going to have to finish this up on my own before our next stream. The next stream is probably going to be on Monday. I'm thinking in the afternoon, but I'll post it on the channel. First, I'm going to see who is here. I'm going to go ahead and raid one of my friends. So those of you who are out here, please stand by. It's a long name. Okay, I think we got it. I spelled it wrong. Let's try that again. Whoops. Sorry, let's try that again. So let me copy that. Let's try it again. Sorry. One of these days I'm going to learn how to type. Coffee break. Okay. I use OBS, not Streamlabs OBS. The software that's rigged? Thanks, Cracked. I appreciate that. Why won't this work? Let me try it again. Okay, am I spelling this correct? Lee. There we go. Okay, so everybody have a great weekend. Thank you again for your support and for your help. We'll take another stab at a fresh draft, and I will post the results of this. I'll post the results of this on my Discord server after I've finished the series. Thanks, Torian, and the chat is working on my dashboard, I think. Oh, I see what you're saying. On OBS, the chat does not work. You have to go to Streamlabs OBS in order to get that to happen. Perhaps I shall go to Streamlabs, but not just yet. Okay, thanks again, guys. We'll catch you next time. Have a great weekend and keep playing Magic.